the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, we got some metal in store for you, not just tonight, but over the next 16 weeks. Got a big mix of bags coming at you here with the Turn 5 of Motorsports Beef Jerky Unlimited Reloptix. Fall season, 16 races, a handful of different cars. We're going to kick things off in the ARCA car right here at Homestead Miami Speedway. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. And there you can see, nice cool morning here. A little bit of overcast skies at the track. Track temperature pretty cool, 79 degrees, so drivers should have a little bit of grip as they set out for their qualifying efforts. Let's see if we've got anybody in there laying down a fast time just yet. Let's see if we can get some of that timing and scoring over to the left-hand side of your screen, and there you go. Raul Fan gonna take the top spot right now. Quick time belongs to the number 60. 33:49 is the fast time here in qualifying. Just about, well, right about 2/10 off of the lap record here for these drivers at Homestead, so we'll see if anybody inches closer to that lap record set earlier in the day from that 41 of Sheldon. Sheldon out there on the track right now can't turn in a faster lap. He's going to slide outside of the top 5, so a tough qualifying effort for him. Tommy D goes top of the speed charts. Now fast time belongs to the 86.33.48 is now your pole position. We're going to go ahead and round that down to a 0.47, so Tommy D going to take over the provisional pole for the time being. Music has faded away. Time has ticked off the stopwatch. Drivers with just about a minute and a half remaining here in qualifying. Looks to be about, I would say, about 8 to 9 drivers still down there on pit lane, yet to roll off and put down a qualifying time just yet. 10 drivers on the speed charts. Tommy D leads them all. Ralph and going to roll off the second. Steve Law in the 6, gonna roll off third. Kenny Worley right there, the 11 machine, gonna slide inside the top 5. Great run by him. How about that number 9 of Robert Doing right there in that 5th position? Jason Rome gonna go 11th on the speed charts. He's gonna have to pick up quite a bit on his second time lap, and it does seem that the first time lap is just a little bit faster. We'll see if Rome had a little bit of a strategy, maybe running a little bit off pace on that first time lap with just 30 seconds to go. It's going to be hard pressed for him to get this second lap in. Very close qualifying effort here from Homestead Miami Speedway. We're going to kick things off tonight in the ARCA car. We'll get to some of the other cars a little bit later on throughout tonight's broadcast. But first, we'll crown your first pole sitter of the season, the 86 of Tommy D. Gonna take that position, and we're gonna head off to a brief commercial break, then trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
so proudly railed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside after a brief sponsor commercial break and your national anthem. How about that flyover, getting all the fans in the stands ready to roll here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. Drivers begin to hit the starting grid. You know the bells, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Turn 5 Motorsports ARCA car at Homestead. It's the Homestead 120 here tonight, presented to you by Beef Jerky Unlimited. And we're ready to roll off of the starting grid. What do you say we get a little closer to these drivers heading off of pit road? Starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter, Tommy D. 60 of Raul Fan gonna line up just to his outside. The number 6 machine of Steve Law gonna roll off in third with Ken Worley right beside him. The number 9 rounding out your top 5. How about the 109 of Bender coming in 6th? Rolling off inside row number 4, the 41 of Sheldon Fettig with the 010 of Steve Trotter just to his outside. Sutherland Frenchie gonna round out your top 10 with Rome and Axelson back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. The 7 of Gary Ragland and the 49 of Ethan Wilson. James Schultz, John Sayer, and Kendall Kraft round out the field as the iRacing pace car gets ready to duck off. We're getting ready to fire off for the first time here tonight. And on the gas, green flag flies here from Homestead. Out to a good jump already. That 86 of Tommy D gonna try to set sail on the field. One, almost 2 car length advantage as they work their way off of turn number 1 for the first time. These drivers getting ready to run the gauntlet, really when it comes to racing here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. A lot of different cars coming up. Yeah, we've got the 10 tops here tonight, these ARCA Menards machines, but next week we're going to go open wheel racing at Lanier and talk about a tough track to get around, whether you're in a NASCAR, a Legends, but we're going to take the U.S. Formula 2000 to Lanier next week, so keep your eyes peeled for that upcoming race here from the Reloptix.com. Beef Jerky Unlimited Turn 5 Motorsports sponsored fall season. Back through turn number 4, still leading is Raul Than. He was able to grab that race lead on lap number 2 halfway down the backstretch, and it looks like he's going to carry that off into a good run. How about the side-by-side battle between the 6 and the 41? Going at it right there. No, a little bit sideways off of turn number 2 for the number 9 of Robert Doing. The Reloptix sponsored a 41 of Sheldon Fittig right there on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to gain a position. And with this progressive banking here at Homestead, you're going to be able to lean on the car a little bit more. You're going to be able to walk up the track without really losing a bunch of grip or gaining a bunch of grip. You're going to kind of keep that same grip level, but you can eat up the tires pretty quick here at Homestead. And with the sun just now poking out of the clouds, you got to ask yourself whether track temperature is going to come into factor a little bit later. Good to see Fireball Woody out there checking in on the chat here tonight with us on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Welcome. Want to welcome all of these drivers, all of their fans, friends, family here tonight with us on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Your home for the Beef Jerky Unlimited Reloptix.com fall season here with the Turn 5 Motorsports drivers. Looks like John Sayer may have had a little bit of trouble in that 369. He's going to go ahead and head to pit road this time around. Raul Than still leading the race. 33.71 is the fast time of the race so far. Still a long way to go for these drivers. Oh, we got one around. The 109 Bender on a bender right now. That's going to be a bit of a fender bender. Look at that left front, the 109. No pun intended there. A 109 caught up in a little bit of a mess coming off of turn number 4. Car gets super loose, and look at the left front damage. That's going to be, that's going to take some time to fix. The 997 of Kendall Kraft, he's going to make his way by slowly but surely here. Slowly reeling back in the drivers at the front of the field. A little bit of a rough start for that 997 as Kraft tries to run down the field in front. Keeping our eye on Bender, and he is indeed going to go ahead and bring that 109 ARCA Menard Chevy down pit lane. Back at the front of the racetrack. Then still showing the way, Tommy D sitting in second. How about that Beef Jerky Unlimited sponsor number 86 machine? Fastest here tonight, walked away with the pole position, running in second for the moment. Gonna slide down the track right in front of that 41. Close racing action off of turn 4 as we cross the line. Lap number 8 now underway. You think Fireball? You think it's going to be Tommy D walking away with it here tonight? That's what I'm reading into over here. Beef Jerky all the way. I tell you what, it's a little bit off subject, but I'm a big fan of beef jerky myself. Big fan of deer jerky as well. Love to make it on the smoker, to be exact. I kind of do it a little quicker, different way, but nonetheless turns out absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, you can never go wrong with beef jerky. Just saying. It's a good pick. Side-by-side racing action for that second position. Sheldon looking to take that spot away down on the bottom of the racetrack. How about your series sponsors going at it side-by-side on the racetrack? The Reloptix.com sponsored 41 machine going to grab that second position away from the Beef Jerky Unlimited 86 of Tommy D. And how about that? It's not very often that we get dueling sponsors on track. But that is an absolute barn burner right here. Check it out. The number 9 of the Robert Doing. He's got Ken Worley, Steve Law right there with them, all running with each other. And check out that 11. I really like that black Budweiser ski. That thing looks sweet out there. Not sure if I've ever seen it in real life on track, but if anybody's out there watching and can make it a real thing, I'm telling you, that thing looks pretty darn sweet out there on the track. Can't deny it. Green flag racing continues here at Homestead Miami Speedway in the Homestead 120 for the Turn 5 Motorsports drivers. 11 laps on the board. 80 to go in the official race distance. Sliding up the track just a little bit is that number 9 of Doing. He's going to lose a position to Steve Law. Law going to keep that 5th spot away from him for the time being. And we're starting to see a little bit of those the lines. We're really seeing the difference in the lines now coming into play. Let's back up from the track just a little bit here. Can we go to? We got one in the air. We got it. No, let's go to the drone cam here tonight. High above the track, race leader Rolf and running that Larson line. What was coined the Harry Gant line. A little bit earlier in time before the Kyle Larson era, but high, wide, and handsome up there at the top of the racetrack, man, running very well here. The fans showing the way at the high side, and a very different line through 1 and 2 for Shelton Fittig. He's going to take the bottom of the racetrack, and there you can see the discrepancy again. Bottom of the racetrack for that 41 Tommy D, just about a half a lane different on where he's entering and rolling the center of 3 and 4. So multiple different lines here early. You gotta ask yourself, as we get some of the rubber laid down, will the lines be affected? How will the drivers keep up with it? Set of tires down there on pit lane. Drivers are going to have to stop for fuel, so it's not going to be a pure tire management race. But where you get the fuel, where you get those tires, is definitely going to be a big key factor. Once these drivers reach about, I want to say, lap 23, 24, that is going to open up that fuel window to get to the end of tonight's race, barring any extracurricular activities in green, white checkers. The official race distance, these drivers are going to need just about a tank and a third, really, to get to the end. So we'll see which crew chiefs are already up on top of the strategy and already up on top of the wheel inside his Reloptix, number 41. Fittig trying to run down the race leader, and I tell you what, why don't we go on board here, take a look from second position, riding on board now with Sheldon. Well, Sheldon, that is a very interesting profile picture. Hit the pace car. I like it. If you know, you know. If you don't, I don't have time to explain. Just saying. Great on-board camera shot looking forward out of the windshield with the driver inside of the 41 machine. Sheldon Fittig getting to the bottom of the racetrack once again, trying to take that race lead away from Raul Fenn, but not quite going to be able to clear him. Not going to be able to get what he needs, and it looks like one driver struggling out in front of your race leaders. This could get big. This could get interesting. We're going to head back to the field, though. Let's go back to another on-board camera shot. Native. See you like some fish in there. Hopefully there's no weights in that thing either. Not just kidding. Got a poke fun. Fellow angler was caught cheating earlier over the weekend, and I'm sure all of you fishermen out there in the chat know all about that, so we'll just leave that. But how about running back in the field just outside of your top 6? Robert Horn sitting in position to strike if Steve Law should have some troubles. That's just a handful of our onboard cameras here tonight. We'll jump back outside of the car and watch all of these drivers battle Back across the stripe, lap 19 now underway. Handful of battles around this 1.48 mile track. You might as well just go ahead and call it a half mile. 120 miles is the race distance here tonight. So we'll see which one of these drivers are able to manage the tires and call the right strategy, because it looks like we're just about 4 laps away from that pit window being open. Drivers are going to be able to go much further on the fuel than 25 laps. But the fuel window to make it to the end of tonight's race is what's going to open up here in just a handful of laps. And we're going to jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say we jump back here for a moment? Tommy D sliding backwards right now, losing a little bit of ground, falling into the clutches of Ken Worley in that black Budweiser number 11, the sponsored ARCA machine. Two drivers running similar lines through the center of the corner, but not really able to gain too much more that time by Worley. Gonna have to try to utilize a run here or there somewhere. Battles just outside of your top 5. We're taking a look at that number 9 of Robert Doing, sitting right there in that 6th position. How about Richard Sudduth? Right behind him, you can see that iRacing sponsor number 95 machine. He's got about a second to make up. He's going to try to run down that Reloptix machine. Ethan Wilson in tow, the 49 right there, just about a half a second back. And, you know, I wonder if Sudduth were to drag the brakes a little bit right here, if those two drivers couldn't maybe work together down these long front stretches. It's been a long time since I've been in the ARCA car, so I can't really speak from experience, because they have updated and changed this ARCA car in the past. I believe it was just last month or so. A big update coming for the ARCA cars, so they handle a little bit different from the days I was in them. So really wondering how that draft package really works here at Homestead. A big, it's a big 1.5 mile track. I mean, end of the day, yes, it's 1.5 miles, but pretty big straightaways is what I'm trying to get at. So I would assume they may be able to draft with each other, may be able to close in on the front of the field, but for now, Sudduth and Wilson just gotta stay hammered down and gotta find a way to get to the front. And speaking of the front, we'll go back, check in with your race leader as he heads back across the stripe. Lap number 25 gonna go on the board. The 41 still looking on the bottom of the racetrack, catfishing down there, not catching anything just yet. He's going to look to try to pull off a pretty good pass. And, you know, with the progressive banking slide jobs, they are a big thing. So look for a possible slide job here in a lap or two, a little bit loose off a corner exit that time by for the 41. I mean, he's right there. I hate to use the term, but if he just sends it down into the corner, we may see ourselves a slide job attempt. I'm telling you, there's got to be one coming up. And how about making the pass for the position? Ken Worley gonna take that black Budweiser number 11 machine up and around Tommy D. So the Beef Jerky Unlimited 86, your pole sitter here tonight, he's gonna fall back to 4th, and Worley gonna move himself into the final spot in the podium. Just about a quarter of the way through tonight's race, or I should say a little past a quarter of the way through tonight's race. Handful of passes Handful of positions changing hands. Biggest mover of the night so far is this 49. Let's go back, take a look, check in with Ethan Wilson. There you can see Wilson working his way through 3 and 4, up 6 positions from where he qualified and started tonight's race. So heading to the front, moving in the right direction is that 49 of Ethan Wilson. Knocking on the door of 30 laps into tonight's race and a little bit of house cleaning gonna come at you. Started tonight's event with 17 drivers on the starting grid. We are down to just 15 out there on the track. 14 left on the lead lap. Jason Rome falling off of the lead lap. Listed as the lucky dog for the moment, and we've got drivers to pit road. Mark Axelson gonna come to pit road. The 69 gonna come down, trying to get 4 fresh tires and carry this thing to the end. We'll watch him on the pit stop. Long roll down pit lane. He's gonna slide into the box. Right side goes up. Down and over to the left side of the car, up in the air. Everything looks to be nice and smooth for Axelson. And they're going to drop the track, and he's going to head off of pit lane. Great stop for the 69. And now Steve Trotter has some trouble. The 0-1-0 with some trouble. Trotter going to lose a handful of seconds. He's going to lose a ton of track time. It looks like drivers at the front, they're not looking for track time. They're looking for track position right here. Sheldon just not able to get the run up off the corner that he needs to clear and make the pass forward position to take over that top spot. Raul with, it's been a supreme effort up there at the top of the racetrack. You would figure a place like this, and that's going to be close at the line, but we're going to give it to the 60 time in score, and also going to show the 60 led that lap, so still not quite able to make that pass for the race lead is Sheldon Fittig, but now just not able to keep the momentum in. He pulls just slightly ahead in the center of the corner, but the momentum on the high side just too much to keep. Raul behind. There it is again, all the way through the corner. All the way through the corner. That 41 is leading. But Raul just able to keep it powered up on the high side. And now we've got more drivers to pit road. Tommy D, Ken Worley, as well as Frenchie. They're all going to bring their ARC machines down pit lane to the attention of their crew. Steve Trotter going to bring that 0-1-0 back down to pit road. Top 7 all staying out on the track, in the top 2 hot heated battle at the front. How about this race, fans? I mean, absolutely going at it here in the opening race for the Turn 5 Motorsports Beef Jerky Unlimited. Reloptix.com. Fall season race number 1. What a way to kick things off. And they're still battling, but there it is, a little slip on the high side, and that's going to give Sheldon just enough to make the pass, and there it is, clean and clear now. And dropping straight down to the bottom of the racetrack is Raul. He's going to try to sniff a little bit of draft as they head down the backstretch. Ethan Wilson and Richard Sudduth are going to bring their machines to pit road. So the vast majority of the field coming down pit lane already here tonight. And it's going to be a big tire game. The way things are shaking out right here during this green flag run, and the cycle of green flag pit stops. I mean, there's a pretty big discrepancy on when these drivers are coming to pit lane already, as the number 9 machine going to pull off track and bring his car down pit road. Ragland and Schultz going to stay out on track, so your top 4 yet to hit pit lane. And how about the speed inside of that 41? Let's get back up here with your race leader. You gotta give the man some props. Absolutely great performance here tonight, up 6 positions from where he qualified, running his way right to the front in that Reloptix, the sponsored number 41 machine. Fennig not only ran down race leader Ralph Ann, but he's passed him and put a second between them as we inch closer to the halfway point. A little bit of smoke in the air. Some drivers with some troubles. It looks like Steve Trotter with some more trouble. Trotter slow on the front stretch. And everything seems to be okay. And oh, it's going to be trouble. Engine gonna let go, and Trotter's gonna have to take the tow truck back to pit lane. That's gonna spell trouble. But I mean, it's gonna play very well for these top 3. Fennig, Fan, Schultz, all yet to hit pit lane. Caution flag gonna bunch the field up. But look at everybody caught a lap down. Your pole sitter Tommy D running in the 4th position. He's listed a lap down. He's going to receive the lucky dog, so he'll be able to come around and come back down pit road. Stay on the same fuel and tire strategy as the guys in front, but big moment here for those top 3. They're going to be able to come get fresh tires and fuel and not have to worry about a thing. Start from the front. Everybody else is going to have to take a wave around and play a little different tire strategy here at Homestead Miami Speedway. So as drivers head down pit lane, to the attention of their crew members, we're going to take a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how all that goes, but don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from Homestead Miami Speedway. And we rejoin the track as drivers receive the one to go. Wave around cars gonna work their way all the way back around this field and double file back behind your top four. And you know, we talked about the timing of this first and only caution here tonight. Flying at lap number 39. Tough little break for Gary Ragland. He had just come to pit road and just went a lap down. Just one more lap and Ragland would have been on the same tire and fuel strategy, but fortunately enough for him, he's closer than the rest of the field. We'll see if those fresh tires make a difference as the pace car lights come back on. Looks like we're going to get one more time around the track before we'll fire things off. Race officials allowing a little more time for these drivers to catch up to the tail end of this field. Sheldon Fittig able to grab that top spot during the long green flag run, and he will control the field next time by. And while we've got a moment, while we've got an opportunity, while you're here, while you're at it, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the great racing action here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. Join us in that push to 3,000. Show these drivers that love and drop the thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So once again, while you're here, show these drivers some love. Go ahead and drop that thumbs up. Halfway down the backstretch, pace car lights out. We're ready to go green flag racing once again here at the Homestead 120. Race number 1 here in the fall season for the Turn 5 Motorsports series, presented to you by Beef Jerky Unlimited, as well as Reloptix.com. If you're one of the VR racers out there, you might want to check the description. Click on that link, Reloptix.com. Great prescription lenses for VR. So if you're wearing those contacts, wearing those glasses, try it another way. Try it a better way. Try Reloptix.com. Green flag flies once again. Single file at the front. Breaking away already is that 41 machine. Fan out on the trail, trying to make something happen, trying to make something work. How about the battle for third and fourth? Ken Worley, Steve Law going at it. And I believe that may be the 997 up there in the mix. A little bit off pace and down a lap, but he's right here mixing it up with the front of the field. As we complete our second green flag lap after the restart, we'll drop that Tommy and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen, taking a look at your third place runner. Inside of that black Budweiser machine, the 11 of Ken Worley with a good run so far. A little bit of a hornet's nest back behind him. Let's go back here through the field. What do you say we take a little look back in the back? Let's go back here. There we go. Oh, boy. Ooh, how about that? Oh, and they're not going to save that. 95, some contact. James Schultz with contact as well. The good wrench, number 65. Arca machine has to come to pit road. I believe Jason Room also involved. Yes, the canvas number 81 machine. He's had some trouble. Contact between those two drivers, and caution number 2 flies here from Homestead. You hear the roar of the engines as the cameraman down there on pit road. The canvas 81 machine, he's going to have to catch back up to the field. Close quarters racing here after the restart, and well, that's kind of what happens. kind of goes down like that sometimes. So we'll rejoin the field back up at the front. The Reloptix sponsor number 41 of Sheldon Fittick showing the way, looking to place his name in the most laps led department here tonight. Led a good portion before that first caution flag, and he's held control of the race ever since just about, I want to say about 12 to 15 laps ago is what we're seeing. Man, how about Raul? He was out front, field in hand. Big battle between himself and the 41. And it looks like the 60 may have just dropped off pace just a little bit here in the dirty air. Looks like struggling for grip at times. Is that 60 back in the dirty air? So, man, clean air is always going to be king. Especially when we start getting into that USF 2000. The United States Formula 2000, an open wheel machine. We're going to be taking it to Lanier, so even though it's a short track, downforce is going to be huge in those open wheel machines. Those things are built on downforce and speed, and the more speed they have, the more downforce they create. But at a short track, where grip and turn are going to be huge factors. They're not going to be able. I don't want to say they're not going to be able. It's going to be hard pressed for them to keep the speed they need to keep the thing cornering properly without absolutely lighting up those rear tires or chewing them up. Next week's going to be a tall task for all of these drivers in the field. But more so, how about the week after that? We're going to head to North Wilkesboro. That's right, a little bit of a throwback. And we're going to hit the NASCAR Touring Mods. That's right, another open wheel machine, but a little bit more suitable for the short track. North Wilkesboro going to host the third race of the season in those touring mods. Then we'll head back into the ARCA car for a race at Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum, the world's fastest half a mile nestled in Thunder Valley. Not sure if you want to call it Tennessee or Virginia. Depends on what side of the street you're on. And if you're familiar with Bristol, you're familiar with what I mean. So, a little bit of a sorry, Fireball Woody out there in the chat. A little bit of a fireball cannon shot at you. You're gonna have to be on your toes over the first few races this season. And if you thought that was enough to head to Bristol in the ARCA machine, well, we're gonna throw two more at you. We're gonna go to Bark River in the Pro 4 Stadium trucks. November 1st, so mark that one down on your calendar, and then we're going to take it to the Rally Cross scene for race number 6 in the season. So we mentioned it early that it was going to be a big mix of bags. You've seen it scrolling down there on the ticker all race long about the constant changes of action, cars and track combinations. It's going to be a barn burner of a season. Grab your popcorn, get your drinks, sit on down and have a good time with us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Field, 1 to go. Halfway down the backstretch, double file, ready to fire things off. Your control car chooses the inside lane, the Reloptix number 41. We'll bring the field to the Geico restart zone, and we'll fire this thing back off once again with just about 30 laps remaining. Drivers all have enough fuel to get to the end. Who's going to take the top spot and claim the first checkered flag? of this fall 2022 season. We're going to have to wait to find out on the gas quick, and green flag flies once again here from Homestead. Good jump by that 11 of Worley. You can see him looking to the inside. Not quite going to have that run just yet. Raul going to have to work it. Raul going to have to work that high side. He did, and what a run. And he's going to grab the top spot back. Battle for the race lead into turn 3. What a run off of the high side on the restart, and Raul then gonna take that top spot back once again. Leading tonight's race, we've had ourselves just 4 lead changes amongst 3 different drivers. Now Fennec looking to take that top spot back once again. Lurking in the background, the man in black, that black Budweiser, number 11 of Ken Worley. He wants to put his name in the hat and up in the mixed podium position for now, but he's looking for more. Gonna check in with your pole sitter for tonight's race. He's had a slide backwards in the field. The Beef Jerky Unlimited, number 86 of Tommy D. Losing a handful of positions. Tommy dropping all the way back to the 9th position. So from starting outside pole position in row number 1, now to fighting to keep himself inside of the top 10. Tommy D gonna lead Richard Sunnett. There you can see the iRacing sponsor number 95. Holding on to that 9th position, Mark Axelson right there behind him, the 69, running in that final spot inside the top 10. Did you see the single file racing going on between, they were single file when we came to him. Did you see the action going on between these two? Frenchie really looking to take the position away. He keeps looking down to that bottom lane. One of the few drivers really digging and catfishing down there on the bottom of the racetrack. A handful of north, and he tried to prove me wrong through 1 and 2 that time around. How about the Wonder Bread sponsored number 7 of Gary Ragland? We got to go back here and take a look at our good buddy Gary. A long history with Gary. I've known Gary for quite a while on the iRacing platform through multiple different leagues and acquaintances, and Gary always a pleasure to watch out there on the track, and a little bit of Ricky Bobby theme going on here tonight. And that Wonder Bread sponsored Arca Menards machine. Ooh, hanging it out up at the top was the 86 of Tommy D. Man, that thing was sideways. But with less than 25 to go, we're going to jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you all the battles that we can. Trying to chase down that 9 of Rubber Doing is Tommy D. Your pole sitter looking to get back to the front. He's got a little bit more ground to try to make up. Sitting in that 7th position for the moment. And Tommy D trying to really in the front. These two drivers go side by side, battling for that 6th and 7th position. How about Steve Law and Ethan Wilson going at it just in front of him? Law's got the position, but Wilson looking for some more. Can the 41 find it on the bottom of the racetrack? He's going to try to make the pass. Oh, they almost touch off of 2. Side by side battle down into turn number 3. The 49 looks like he's got the advantage. Wilson may try the slide job and clear off of turn number 4. Will we see the crossover? Here it comes. Steve Law now going to try his shot at the bottom of the racetrack. Doesn't look like he's going to be quite clear to try to pull off that slide job. living to fight another day is Ethan Wilson on the high side of the racetrack. Steve Law now going to tuck back in line and concede the position as we work our way back through turns 3 and 4 with just 20 laps to go. This time by lap number 61 now goes on the board. And we've seen sparks fly after contact with the outside wall for that 11 of Ken Worley. He's going to make some contact with the outside wall. Then some sparks are flying up into the air. And as this battle goes away, we'll rejoin a battle a little bit behind him for that 7th position. Robert DeWayne looks to keep the position away from Richard Sunneth, but Sunneth hot on his trail. And what has happened to your pole sitter, Tommy D, going to drop 2 positions from fighting for the 6th spot now to just trying to hold on to the top 10. Sunneth moving in closer, looking to take the position away from Tommy D on the outside. And Tommy was able to grab that spot for a moment. Now Sunneth looking to take it back, not going to be able to complete the pass, so move Tommy D back to 8th, but he is still down 7 spots from where he qualified. A big trouble here for that 86 Beef Jerky Unlimited sponsored machine. He's got the iRacing 95 right behind him. Sunneth looking to try to find some pace late in tonight's race with just a handful of laps remaining. 17 left to go here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway in the Homestead 120 for the turn 5 of Motorsports drivers. Up at the front of the field, they're beginning to separate themselves. Just 0.3 of a second for your race leader over the 41 of Sheldon Fittig. Fittig with just a little bit of gap. I say a little bit, and it's right at about a 1 second advantage for that 41 over the 11 of Ken Worley, and Worley with just as big of a gap back to Wilson. So for the moment, your top 3 look to be pretty secure, but how will they finish it out? How will they cross the line? Going at it side by side, halfway down the backstretch, drag race to turn 3, and Fittig gonna fall in line for a moment, peek back down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get that Reloptix number 41 to hold the bottom of the racetrack, and it seems like he's struggling just a little bit in the center of the corner. Take a look and watch right here. You can see him turn 1 and 2 really good, really able to hug that bottom lane, but you can see a little bit loose early corner exit for that 41. You can see the tail end of the car get a little bit loose, and that's what's going to happen. He's going to lose about 2 car lengths by the time they get back down to turn number 3. He'll close back in. See right there, just sliding up the racetrack a little bit. And I think that little bit of a slide may be what's holding him back right now. If he can figure out that exit of turn number 4, I think that 41 is going to be a force to reckon with. Once again, already your top 2 beginning to step away from the field. Thane and Fittig showing the way. This is your closest battle on the racetrack, so we're going to stay right here for the time being. What do you say we get a little closer, get some up-close and personal action right here from Homestead Miami Speedway Field. Going to make their way around the track. Still side by side, battling for those top 2 positions are the 60 and the 41 machine. Right at you through your living room screen, your cell phone screen. Maybe you're watching on the tablet or laptop with us here tonight at the Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And as we've already said here tonight, show these drivers some love, show them some appreciation, let them know you enjoy all of the great racing action here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. Go ahead and drop them that thumbs up. Close battle at the front, close battle in the rear of the field here tonight. The 77, or the 7, I apologize, of Gary Ragland running in that 9th position, and Richard Sunneth going at it 9th and 10th on the racetrack. We'll watch them go side by side back down into turn number 3 once again. Ragland on the bottom, Sunneth at the top, and Ragland gonna look to take that 9th position away, and he's gonna do so off of 4 slide job with a crossover coming at you. Here comes Sunneth to the inside. We got a ball at the front. I hate to break away from that one, but let's jump right back here. Almost going to get it at the line, but not quite just yet. 10 to go this time around, and that 41 is getting closer and closer to repeating the move to retake the race lead. We've seen this before. It's like having deja vu, race fans. We've seen earlier here tonight where Than was able to control most of the race with that clean air up front. That 60 really, really likes that clean air. And in my opinion, it really needs that clean air. But the 41 just kind of kept working the bottom of the track and rolling the bottom of the track. And slowly but surely, it gained enough time and it got the track position and snatched that top spot away. And here we are again with just 9 laps remaining in tonight's race. Not just a fuel run, but in the race to decide who's going to walk away with the first checkered flag of the season. And we got that hot and heavy battle once again right here at the front of this pack. Trying to look at timing and scoring as well, and it looks like that 997 of Kendall Kraft, he may be clear. I don't think these drivers are going to run into any lap traffic. You can see just a little bit out in front, and there it is. Slide job complete. 41 going to take that spot away off of turn number 2. Force the 60 to run that extreme high line now. And there you can see walking it up the racetrack off of the bottom of turn number 4, back across the stripe with just 7 to go. Now really able to open up that corner exit, and it looks like that is helping the speed inside of that 41, as he's already beginning to pad his pocket with some seconds behind. He's going to break out to a 4/10 of a second advantage over Than after a big battle for that race lead. Back to the next battle on track right here. We'll roll. How about that 69 of Mark Axelson? Where did he come from? Shot out of a cannon, man. Axelson was kind of mired back in traffic for quite some time. Just kind of stuck back there. I would say about 10 laps ago, 10 to 15 laps ago, you could see him. He was back there running behind that Wonder Bread sponsored number 7 of Gary Ragland. And here he is now towards the end of tonight's race, not only breaking into the top 5, but running in 4th. And it looks like he's one of the faster drivers on the track with just 5 to go. With just 5 laps to go, he's 2.3 seconds back from Worley. Can Axelson somehow close the distance? Can he run down Worley and take the final spot on the podium here tonight in the season opener at the Homestead? You're watching the Homestead 120 right here for the Turn 5 Motorsports Fall Series, presented to you by Beef Jerky Unlimited, as well as Reloptix. As we were already mentioned earlier here tonight, if you wear prescription lenses, or you're just looking for some lenses that can help you out with your VR gaming experience, look no further than Reloptix.com. You can find a link to their website right down in the description. And as we said earlier here tonight, you can never go wrong with beef jerky. If you're looking for some great beef jerky, you can head down in the description, click that link to beefjerkyunlimited.com as well. And a little bit of a newcomer to the iRacing side of things, Reloptix coming on board, trying to push a great product. And if for none other than the curiosity, please go ahead and check them out. They're an absolutely wonderful company. 24-hour customer service and assistance if you should need it. And Popsicle Stick's going to go on display for your race leader, Sheldon Fittig, at the front. He'll cross the line, give us just 2 to go. And I don't know, Fireball. Raul's dropped 1.5 seconds. It's going to take a big moment at the front of the field from Fittig to get Than back in striking distance. But I think maybe one of the big stories right here is look at Ken Worley. He's slowly reeling Than in. Worley may have something to say about who finishes second. And just like that, white flag flies. Final lap here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway in the Turn 5 of Motorsports. Fall 2022 season off of the backstretch, and he can stretch his legs and begin to thank some of the crew as he works his way back into turn number 3 for the final time off of turn number 4 to the front stretch. Crossing the line, checkered flag flies here tonight on a long green flag run and taking that top spot at the end. Checkered flag in hand, the 41 Reloptix. Arca Menard's machine piloted by Sheldon Fittig. He's going to take that position away from the field, and he's going to grab the top spot. What a great run here tonight from Homestead, not just from Fittig, but also from that 60 of Raul Than. How about Ken Worley going to round out your podium position? So what a way to kick things off this season for all 3 of your top drivers. And as they bring themselves to pit road, going to give the fans in the stands a smoke show from your race winner. Everybody else giving them all a great photo opportunity. What a great run here tonight from all of these Turn 5 Motorsports drivers. Just 2 quick short cautions tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. And with the fans in the stands getting the photo opportunities, we're going to take just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for our post-race show. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And backtrack side here at the conclusion of tonight's Homestead 120 for the Turn 5 Motorsports drivers. What a run to start this fall 22 season. And I tell you what, we won't keep you waiting any longer. We're going to dive right into this post show. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the driver that walked away in the third and final spot on the podium here tonight inside of that black Budweiser number 11 Ken Worley. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after starting this fall season off on the right foot, walking away with a solid podium position?
Yeah, I'm happy as can be with the third. Just doing everything I had to keep up with Rule and Sheldon there. It's a good race tonight, no cautions, and just a good time out there running laps.
Now, at one point in time, it looked like you were reeling those top two drivers in. Were you trying a different line or experimenting and not trying to call you out, but you were catching them, and then you kind of faded back a little bit. Just wondering if it was starting to become a real line sensitive track here tonight. Wondering if that track temperature going up a handful of degrees, if that had any effect on the way this car was handling tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. I was saw Sheldon running that lower line, so I started running it for a bit, and every here and there it just jump loose a little bit, and I'd lose a few tenths on him and have to fight right back to try to get it again.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't just yourself. It was a handful of drivers fighting I'll call it a tail happy car off of some of these corners, getting a little bit loose through the centers. But once again, congratulations on a great podium finish here tonight. I want to get your thoughts, though, moving forward, because we're in a much different car next week at a much different track. We're going to be heading to Lanier in those USF 2000 machines. What's your thoughts at taking those open wheels to a short track?
Well, I find them fun as can be, but you probably won't be talking to me next week.
Well, man, as long as you're having fun out there on the track, I mean, that's what we all like to win, but it's all about having fun with the friends as well. So as long as you're happy in the car, I guess that's all that matters. Going to make some of the fans in the stands happy here tonight with that third place finish. So, Ken, before we let you go for the rest of the evening, would you like to give any final shout-outs? Thank yous, love yous. Thank anybody back home or at the shop.
No, I just want to thank Turn 5 Motorsports for putting this together for us. It's going to be a great series. Looking forward to a lot of these different tracks.
All right, well, Ken, again, congratulations on the podium finish, and we'll see when we can catch up with you next.
Thanks again, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the driver that's going to walk away third here tonight, beginning his season off on the right foot, walking away with a podium finish. And we're going to dive right into it. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can't dial up the man inside of that 60 machine. Roll is Dave. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, I can get your name right. It just took me all race, right?
Oh, I'm used to it. It's quite common, no matter where I go.
Well, man, we do apologize about that. We should have it right from here on out. But first, let's talk about the battle that you had with the man who's parked, well, right beside you on the track there. Great battles between you and Sheldon all night long. What more did you need inside of that 60 machine to pull this thing off and walk away with a race win?
Oh, I was going to need more short runs, some more cautions to come out and try to battle him on the short run. He is so good here on long runs. He got that bottom line working. He's a bottom feeder, and he'll just eat you up. He'll run you down and get you.
Yeah, and it seemed like, I hate to use your own words against you, but I mean, you almost described it to a T perfectly, really. He was really running that bottom lane, and you had it working and cooking up there on that Larson line, the Harry Gant line, high, wide, and handsome here. Is there anything you could have done maybe strategy-wise? I know the caution flag flew kind of at a little bit of a rough time there, but if we had stayed green, do you think there may have been some sort of strategy play to pit stops?
No, I was going to come in around halfway, so it was about the same time the caution came out. I was going to try to short pit him, but he's just such good. If it had been stayed green, and he had me. I needed a caution with about 10 to go, and I might could have hang with him. But other than that, I knew he was coming.
Yeah, well, a great night for you and the 60 crew. You led a handful of laps, showed a lot of speed in the car. I'm pretty sure you're going to be looking forward to the next handful of races, so I want to get your thoughts on that real quick before we let you go here tonight. We're going to be heading to Lanier in some open wheel machines next week, and then we head to a different open wheel style car at an old school feel of a track, North Wilkesboro. How you feeling about heading to North Wilkesboro in those touring mods?
I will be here for North Wilkesboro. Hopefully, I'll be back. I got to go out of town next week. I'm going to miss next race, but yeah, these middle of the week races killed me. I get up pretty early. This is going to be tough in the morning.
Absolutely. I know the feeling. It looks like you're a Georgia native. I'm over here in South Carolina, and I got to get up at about 4:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. So I understand the late night. So with that all being said, man, congratulations on a great second place showing here tonight. Just short from that checkered flag, but nonetheless a great run for you and your 60 crew. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Thank Reloptix and Beef Jerky Unlimited for helping us out this year. And thank you. Turn 3, is it? Yeah. Thank you, Dave. Good work.
Well, we appreciate the comments. I know the sponsors are going to appreciate the shout out as well. So we won't hold you any longer. We'll let you get ready to go to bed and get ready to get up and go get up at them in the morning, man. Congratulations with a great run, and we'll try to catch up with you here in about 2 weeks.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words for the man that walks away in second. You heard it from him himself. He knew that Sheldon was going to be fast down there on the bottom of the racetrack, and well, Sheldon was. And still a great run, though, for that 60 machine. He's going to walk away with a handful of laps led, and that's going to move us to the man of the moment, man of the hour, walking away with the first checkered flag of the fall season. Inside of that, Reloptix number 41. Sheldon, it's Dave. How you feeling, bud?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. It's a nice way to kick off the start of the season.
Absolutely. Well, I want to get to something that happened before tonight's race, because you're kind of backing up the good run to begin things here. You set a new lap record in the ARCA car a little bit earlier here tonight. You didn't quite get down to that lap record time in qualifying. What happened in qualifying, man? You started a little bit back in the field. I hate to call you out, but I mean, you had the speed. What went wrong?
Yeah, that's what happens when you think there's traction and then you get on the throttle a little hard coming out of 4, and then you get really sideways, and doesn't work really great in qualifying when you do that. So I had to start in the middle of the pack and just work my way up after that.
Yeah, typically those laps they're not usually the fastest, but I tell you what, you had a fast machine, man. You were able to work your way up through the field, really catfishing here tonight, bottom feeding, one of the few drivers that stayed down there all night. What gave you the confidence to run down there and truly believe that you were going to take the top spot away from the drivers running the high lane? I mean, the momentum's there at the high side. What gave you the confidence that bottom lane was where you needed to go?
Yeah, as of recently, this abrasive racetrack of Homestead Miami Speedway, I've been running good on the bottom, and I've gotten pretty good at keeping my wheels under me there. And, you guys probably all seen it, just racing Rule, getting beside him, and he's running past me. It's really just waiting for one mistake. Both times I passed Rule is when he made a mistake. But then once I had the whole track, it made the difference. I can really keep the momentum up down there. It's just good for my driving style. It's just like driving Atlanta, just hooking that bottom and being patient with the throttle and keeping the momentum up in the center. And it worked out for me today. And in the last couple times I've been at Miami, it's been very similar. So this is one of the places I love. here and Dover are two of my favorite racetracks. So it works for the way I drive.
Absolutely worked for the way you drove, and you're absolutely right. We noticed that as long as Rule was out there, you kind of had to keep the car. I don't want to say pinched down because there was racing room. Don't get me wrong, but you just weren't able to really carry it out kind of towards the wall. We thought you were scrubbing a little bit of speed, but once you got that full clean air, able to really work the line and the track, and that's when you started to stretch your legs and walk away with the thing. So congratulations on a great run, great way to kick off the fall season here from Homestead. So before we let you go and enjoy all the celebrations, I'm sure you got some shout-outs, thank yous, love you. So we're going to step back and hand you the mic.
Absolutely. Number one, anybody who's watching, thanks for watching. Reloptix, the boys over there are fantastic. If you guys don't know Reloptix, you got a VR headset and you wear glasses or contacts, they make inserts for almost every VR headset out there. I use them. I run an HP Reverb G2. Don't have very good vision, but they're crystal clear with the Reloptix lenses. Get them. They're fantastic. Great bunch of guys that run that small business. They're out of near Denver there. They're a great group of guys. Beef Jerky Unlimited, Tommy D, and everything he does for the league and for iRacing in general. He's sponsored a bunch of people and a bunch of leagues. He's a big promoter of this, virtual racing rule. Those guys are fantastic. Dave, for you and Turn 3 Networks picking us up this season, broadcasting for us, doing all that stuff. It's all great. Come check us out. Turn 5 Motorsports. We're an affiliate league to Worn Out Racers. Worn Out Racers has been in a league in iRacing for 12 years. There's a lot of good guys around here that run, and I'm sure you've seen from the broadcast today, a bunch of clean, respectful racers, and that's what we want to put on a good show, not have a bunch of guys wrecking everybody all over the place. That's what we're really trying to do here, and hopefully we can showcase it here at Turn 5 Motorsports.
Absolutely, man. You showcase some great talent out there, not just with you guys up at the front, but all the way through the field. Great racing action, but most importantly tonight, Sheldon, congratulations on this win, walking away with the checkered flag. And until we meet again, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right, thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the man on screen himself, walking away with the checkered flag here tonight, up 6 positions from where he started. The 41 Reloptix, sponsored machine of Shelton Fitting. What a run, huh? What a way to kick things off for. I don't like calling it a mixed bag, but I mean it's a mixed bag. Coming up in the next handful of weeks, we're gonna head to Lanier Nationals with the USF 2,000 cars. Then we're going to jump in the Tour Modifieds at North Wilkesboro, head to Bristol in the ARCA car again. We're going to visit the stadium trucks at Bark River. Then we're going to go into Atlanta, but not on the oval. We're going rally cross racing at Atlanta. So a big mix of bags, big mix of tracks coming up. This was just one installment of some great racing action that's going to be coming at you rapid fire each and every Tuesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. What a run for all of the drivers through the field. Man, I can't wait to see those open wheel machines next week at Lanier, and it looks like producers hitting those buttons. So, you know the sounds? You know, it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Homestead Miami Speedway, walking away with the checkered flag in hand. There you go, the 41, Sheldon Fitting. Rule Fan gonna walk away with second, and Ken Worley gonna round out your podium drivers here tonight. Mark Axelman with a good run up through the field. He'll finish things out tonight in that 4th position. The 49 of Ethan Wilson back in 5th. 6th tonight belongs to Steve Law in the 6th machine. Robert Doing in the number 9 going to come home in 7th with Tommy D, you're a pole sitter, sliding back through the speed charts. He's going to walk away 8th tonight. The one bred number 7 of Gary Ragland in 9th. Finishing off your top 10, the number 95 of Richard Sutton. Kendall Craft in the 997, walking away 11th. Frenchie back in 12th. James Schultz, followed by Jason Room in 14th. 010 of Steve Trotter going to come home in 15th. 16th from Homestead Miami Speedway here tonight, the 369 of John Sayre. And rounding out the 17 car field here tonight is the 109 of Bender. And that's going to do it for us in the production booth. I hope you enjoyed all the great racing action here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. And as always, at the end of these things, we always like to remind you of all the great sponsors. You can find them right down in the description. Direct links to their websites, Beef Jerky Unlimited, as well as Reloptix.com. And with that all being said, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. As always, show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side of your screen. Don't have to worry about a calendar. You'll get a fancy notification anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So from myself, Dave in the Cave, and everybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet ya in Turn 3.